everyone, how you doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make smoked sous vide ribs. Now I got a couple beautiful slabs of baby back ribs. This is going to be real easy. I'm going to use some Love a Foodie Barbecue Lovers seasoning, and I'm going to sous vide these traditional barbecue style. I'm going to do it overnight. I'm going to season them with this rub, vacuum seal them, and before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to put them in the sous vide bath, 165 degrees, and we're going to cook them for 12 hours. Then tomorrow when I wake up, I take the ribs out, give them a quick chill in some ice water into the fridge, and then a few hours before I'm ready to eat, I'm just going to bring them up to temperature, absorb some smoke on my smoker. They're going to be absolutely delicious, and this is really a stress-free way of cooking ribs if you have the time to do it the day before. So stick around, I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright guys, I always like to remove the membrane on the back of the ribs. And I've had this, I showed you how to do this in a few videos, but if you've never seen them, just take like a butter knife or something, and on the one end, try to get it underneath that membrane. Just kind of get it started, like so. And it's very wet and slippery, so you want to grab a paper towel, kind of grab that membrane, get a good grip on it with that paper towel, hold the rib down. We're going to peel that membrane off just like that. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing to this side over here. Actually, you know what, I'm going to spin these around. I'll do it on this side right here, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, now that the membrane is off, we're going to season them. Like I mentioned before, I'm using the Love a Foodie Barbecue Lovers rub. And we're just going to apply a nice amount on both sides. Alright, I'm just going to try to sprinkle it if I can. A good amount on here. And apply some of the rub on both sides. You don't have to be real precise here because it's going in the sous vide bag and you're going to get some moisture loss. So the rub is just going to kind of be in this liquid, the fat from the ribs just kind of cooking along to that perfect temperature. Just like so. Alright, here we are. They're all seasoned up. I'm going to reseal them now in vacuum sealer bags. Now I was debating, these won't fit in my normal sous vide container. So I was debating whether to cut the racks in half, but I had this longer container. It's just a little bit of a hassle because it's so large, but you know what? I love the presentation of two complete slabs. It just looks so much nicer. So I'm going to leave them just the way they are. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get them in a food saver bag, but I'll be back once it's all done and we'll go from there. All right, here they are, vacuum sealed. I'm going to throw them in the fridge because it's only 6 o'clock at night. I don't want to wake up at 6 in the morning to take these out, so I'm just going to wait till it's time to go to bed and then I'll throw them in. So I'll put them in the fridge. We'll be back in a little bit. Welcome back, guys. I'm tired. My machine's at 163.2. I'm going to put them in now and set the timer for 12 hours once it reaches temperature. I got these. What I'm going to try to do is like kind of put one on each side here. I'm almost positive I'll have to put something heavy on top of the ribs. Like when I wake up to go to the bathroom at 3 a.m. or something, I'll check, and if they start to float, which they usually do because some air gets in there, you can put like a frying pan, a pot, something heavy. Now, whenever you have a long cook like this, you always want to make sure to cover the container to prevent water evaporation, because if it gets too low and the food is exposed to air, you could ruin the whole thing. So, what I have are these sous vide balls. And I know these two bags I have aren't going to be enough to cover the whole surface area, but at least it's going to prevent most of the water evaporation. If you don't have these, you can use aluminum foil, something like that. Alright, there we go. It's gonna go for 12 hours. I'll meet back with you guys tomorrow when we're ready to take these out, and we'll finish them off on the smoker. See you tomorrow. All right, welcome back. It's the next morning. This has got a minute left, close enough for me. Now, as you can see, I removed all the sous vide balls, so I didn't want to bother you with that. But when I got up at around 3:30 in the morning, I could see the ribs. They weren't quite sticking out of the water, but they were definitely floating a little bit. And this is where you got to get creative. They have these weights you can vacuum seal in the bags. I've never purchased them. I just took a pot here and put it on top just to kind of hold everything down, and it worked perfectly. Woo, but when you remove it, bear in mind it's very, very hot. Which I'm going to need another oven mitt because I can't take it out. It's very hot. There you go. So yeah, get creative. Nothing too heavy that's going to smash the ribs completely, but we definitely want something just to make sure that the whole slab is underneath the water line. Okay. So here they are. You see they're cooked a little bit because they're starting to bend. 165 for 12 hours. I'm going to take these out. I'm going to show you what we do next in just a second. Alright guys, I just got my Smoke Hollow smoker fired up here, warming up. I just took these out of the bag. These are really cold. There's actually like some gelatin from the fat. This is perfect. You want to put them on the smoker wet as possible. This kind of goes against traditional sous vide cooking, like if you're doing a steak or something where you want to dry it off because you're putting on a hot sear. But we're not putting on a hot sear in these ribs. We're going to bring them up to temperature nice and slow, and if they're wet like this all the way to the core, it's going to take a longer time for them to be in the smoker, and it means they're going to absorb more smoke, especially when they're wet. So now all I'm going to do is, because I lost a little bit of that seasoning in the liquid in the bag, I'm just going to apply a little bit more of that Love a Foodie barbecue rub on there, just a little bit. We don't have to go overboard. You can see the ribs have already kind of changed colors from it penetrating the ribs. So that's it. So try not to let them sit out too long and get too warm or be brought up to room temperature. I mean, it won't be a total disaster. They'll still taste great, but if you want them to be smoky ribs, put them on cold and try to do a low temperature as possible. I think the lowest I can put mine is anywhere from 160 to 195, which I'm going to try to do at least for the first hour, and then I might crank it up. And all we want to do here, not complicated, we're going to heat these up to the sous vide temperature, 165. Do not go past 165 because then you defeat the whole purpose of cooking them this way. So I'm going to try to have them on there for at least a couple hours. So I'll meet you guys outside. All right, guys, here we are. They're nice and cold. I'm just starting to get a little smoke on my Smoke Hollow smoker. It's hovering around 180, 190 degrees. I'm going to try to keep it that low, though it's going to be hard out here because the sun's glaring. It's around 90 degrees, so it's very hot. So I think this thing's going to run a little warmer than normal. But yeah, there they are. They're beautiful. So I'm going to put them in here. And like I said, I'm using cherry wood today for a little cherry smoke. I don't want anything too overpowering. I want to taste that rub and I want to taste that meat. That's it. I'll start the timer. I'll come back in around a half hour, 45 minutes, see how they're doing, and we'll go from there. I'm thirsty. Meet you guys inside for a drink. Alright guys, here we are, beverage review time. I'm trying another cloudless hard seltzer. This one's pineapple and yuzu? I have no idea what that is. I'll have to look that up. Cloudless hard seltzer is inspired by sunshine, good vibes, made with real fruit flavors and pure Wisconsin water. And Ava Grace, I had one of these the last video. Do you remember where it's made?
Which I don't remember.
Sheboygan!
Sheboygan!
Dad just wants an excuse to say Sheboygan.
Any reason to say Sheboygan.
That's
okay.
like Old House Farms is made in, I'm trying to remember, Bakersfield.
Bakersfield, yeah. And Ava Grace is trying a new Capri Sun flavor. This is fruit punch. All right, and then Kyle, in his continuing quest to find the best Mountain Dew flavor of all time, we have a new one here. I saw this in the store and I'm like, I don't think he's ever tried this. Baja Gold with a blast of artificial pineapple flavor. So let's see how he likes that.
Like, how are we gonna
Plus
pronounce
a
that?
natural pineapple flavor.
These two things you
Natural.
cannot pronounce.
So we're both having kind of pineapple, huh? That's kind of a
And
weird
by
coincidence.
the way, guys, that Kyle just noticed that the color of the yellow and his drink is the same color as the lines in this drink, which
Yeah.
is
Same
cool.
shade.
It's like the same
Same
shade
shade.
of yellow. It
Got it?
matches.
Okay, you know how to do the straw?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I said
This
I
smells
knew
really
how to
good.
do it
Oh,
in
does
the
it?
last drink review, Dad.
I love
So you don't
pineapple.
need to tell me that.
All right.
Well, he did, so.
Dad, I know how to.
I've been trying to watch my carbs. I'm kind of trying to do a low carb diet here. At least I have been for
Keto.
the last couple of weeks, keto. So
Hey, can you throw this away?
that's why I'm opting for
Put it
these.
on the counter now.
I'll stick it right here. I'll throw it away later. That's why I'm trying to stick to these seltzers because they only have a couple carbs per serving and not much sugar and stuff like that. Very refreshing. Okay.
Fruit Punch Capri Sun. I know we have a pack of Capri Suns, and in the last drink review, I did another flavor from that kit, and this is another.
Okay. As always,
And we have
guys,
one
I
more.
appreciate you watching my video. Cheers. Cheers to each other. Cheers to our viewers. Let's give it a sip and see. Tell them what we think.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. None of these seltzer waters, the flavor is overpowering. Just a hint in the background. Fruity flavors, definitely pineapple. I don't know what that yuzu is. But it's good. Very good. All right, Ava Grace, you've tried many fruit punches. How is the Capri Sun fruit punch? Look at the camera. Tell them what you think.
I know.
Okay.
So, it's really good. I taste all sorts of fruits like I usually do with Fruit Punch, because it does.
Drink.
I feel like there's some sort of like, maybe it's like the mixed fruit that I'm tasting, because it's like, I think that's how Fruit Punch is, where you like taste something that's like in the mixed fruits that
Yeah,
are in the drink.
that's right. It's all kinds of fruits
And it's,
mixed
So,
it's really good. I don't know how to explain.
It's like fruit punch, right?
But
Fruit
guys,
punching each
remember
other?
when I called it punching fruit? Punching.
I got a question that the viewers are gonna want to ask you.
Oh no.
Does it, in fact, taste like fruit?
Yes.
Can you taste fruit?
Yeah, she can taste fruit.
Does it taste like fruit punch?
Of course.
Like, good.
All right,
So
and
it's-
Kyle, we're waiting from you. What is it called? Baja Blast? How does it taste like?
It tastes really good. I'm a big fan of pineapple, and it tastes I'm trying to think of a good word for it. It has almost this, I don't know if it's just Mountain Dew in general, but it's like it's got this it's almost like this effect to it. Kind of like how Dr. Pepper has that, like, you know what I mean?
That medicine kind of taste?
Well, not like medicine, but you know how like when you drink, how it's like there's that sort of.
Yeah, distinct flavor. Yeah.
It's not like the flavor; it's more like the consistency or something.
Medicine
It tastes
taste.
like that sort of, but like pineapple. It's good.
Okay, it's a fact if you didn't know. Dr. Pepper has a medicine.
Well,
taste.
some people describe it as that. So would you drink
Tastes
this
like
over a
medicine.
regular Mountain Dew, or would you prefer-
Certainly.
Certainly. Okay,
Great.
well, there you go. Pretty high praise. All right, guys. I'm going to stay in here in the air conditioning, enjoy these cold beverages. It's like close to 90 outside, but I'll go out in around a half hour. We'll check and see how those ribs are going.
And empty pouch again.
In the meantime, thanks again, guys. Cheers.
Empty pouch.
Cheers.
Empty pouch. Empty pouch.
And
We'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. It's been around 45 minutes. This is hovering, creeped up to right around 200 degrees. So I haven't opened this. I haven't been out here. I just put some more wood chips in. Let's just take a look here. You can tell it's drying out. Let's just get a temperature reading here real quick. Let's see. 116 and 115. Yeah, 116, 115. So there's plenty plenty of time to let some more smoke get absorbed. That's the top one. Let's look at the bottom one here. Gotta be careful not to hit the bones. Yeah, 116. We're pretty consistent here. 115, 116. All right. Got a bone on this one, on the end piece. It's kind of starting to crack out. Yeah, all we want to do is bring these up to temperature. So once we get up to maybe, because I want to bring it to 165. So once I get to like 145, I'm going to start basting it with some barbecue sauce, and we'll be done. All right, guys, let's give it another half hour, 45 minutes. We'll come back and see how it looks like. It's been around an hour and 20 minutes. Just want to see what's going on here. Whew. They great, smell wonderful. Let's see here. That's only 132, 135. I'm gonna crank it up. I'm gonna fire up that. Whoops! I'm gonna fire up that other burner. This one's only 134. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna crank it up. I'm gonna apply some barbecue sauce. I'll be back in a minute. All right, I added some wood chips. Turned on the second burner. We're gonna get this thing cranking. I want to kind of start to caramelize some sauce on there. So use your favorite sauce. I'm using the low carb sauce here because, like I said, I'm trying to watch my carb intake. But just to show you, this is the sugar-free barbecue sauce, G. Hughes. We had it last week on some spare ribs. I didn't make a video for that. They were on sale and I picked some up and made them the exact same way, and we really liked the sauce. We thought it was good. Didn't taste like it was missing anything. Okay, let's get that over the... Yeah, just use your favorite sauce. This is such an easy recipe, and it's so foolproof. As I mentioned earlier, guys, this is super easy. You can cook this in a sous vide bag overnight, several days before you have you want to eat them, and then just the day you want to eat them, just take them out of the fridge, and yeah, put them on your smoker just like I did. All right, I'm gonna crank this up. I can see some smoke starting to roll. I'll get these up to 165. Shouldn't take long at this point. Be back in a minute. Here they are, guys. You know, can you understand what I say about presentation when you have the whole rack of rib versus just like a half a rack? But anyway, I'm going to slice up some pieces here. We'll be back to sample them in a second. But boy, do these look good. All right, here we go, guys. Kind of cut these up. They got a little bit of a smoke ring on there. Look at that. Wow, these look really good. Okay, I'm gonna get the family out. We're gonna try these. Be back in just a second. Welcome back. I'm here with my wife Monica, my son Kyle. I cut up the one slab. The other slab's there. Maybe for tomorrow.
Smells so good.
So this is the benefit of sous vide ribs. Cooked perfectly. Little bit of smoke flavor, heated them up. Here.
I love the smoke ring. There's a little smoke ring on there. So these are baby backs, right?
These are baby backs, yeah. It is like a traditional
Very good.
barbecue. Almost pull off the bone, not quite.
I beg to differ.
Well, there's a little bit of firmness. You have to pull with your teeth.
But you know what? I like that there's a little smoky flavor, but then this particular barbecue sauce just adds a little bit of sweet to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that rub from Love of Foodie, wow. Delicious flavor
That's
in the ribs,
the seasoning I was asking you.
What do you think, Kyle?
This is good.
It's good.
Well, there you go. When he doesn't talk much, that means he likes it. And I have to say, I do too. Great way to cook ribs. If you want to take the stress out of it, just heat it up on your smoker or grill when your guests come. Cook them the day before or a couple days before. Keep the bag in the fridge, and then, yeah, away you go.
Oh, I couldn't I couldn't just keep them there. I'd be eating
As
them.
always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. If you like it, please hit the like button. The little logo, like on my shirt, in the bottom corner of the screen. If you click on that, you'll be able to subscribe to my channel. Please do that. I greatly appreciate it. And there's links below and up here above at the end of the video. You can go to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com, and see all my recipes with photos, the whole bit. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
God, I like sitting.